Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Garage of Curiosities. Hey, today we're going to take passenger headlight out of the Fiero. I put the other one back in. It only goes up, doesn't go down. So I think that one's the limit switch. That one looks like it had been rebuilt before. So while I was doing another ozone treatment inside of the car, I put that light just back in. This one, however, doesn't do anything. So, and it looks like it's never been touched. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing off and then bench it and see what we got. So I already got the headlight unplugged. It's 4 10mm bolts. And then it is unplugging the relay that, in this instance, isn't even attached to it. You know, the downside of working on such old vehicles is just, they've been touched before. You can't just say, not one person has turned a wrench on this vehicle ever. Someone's meddled in here before, and it's a matter of what did they find that made them stop. Because again, the other headlight over there, they rebuilt it. It's weird they didn't do both, but it doesn't really matter. They rebuilt that headlight on that side, but then that one was unplugged. And I'm assuming it's because the motor, well, I'm assuming it's because the headlight was constantly up, or the motor was constantly trying to turn the headlight up. This one down here just doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't make any noise at all. It doesn't keep trying to open or close. It's completely plugged in. Since this one's original, it's going to get rebuilt anyway. I want to tear this one apart first before I place my order at the Fiero store. So I'm assuming I need to do bump stops, and I'm assuming we need a new gear too. So we're gonna tear into that, but then if I probably need a new relay, so that'll be ordered, and then I'll test this relay while it's out. I didn't really test the other one, but I'm assuming that it works, since that one does seem to actually do something. So we're gonna tear into this. It's a little bit tight, but maybe if I move you over, maybe like right there. We'll get a shot of maybe the back of my head, but so it's pretty easy to take this off. It's a couple of 10mm nuts, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. There is a relay. Just see. Oh yeah, there's a relay over here that you'll have to unhook, and then there's a power cable, which I'm not going to bring in close for them. They're pretty straightforward to see, but you'll have to take my word for it. So what we do is we unscrew these, and then let's see. There's 2 on the bottom. Like I said, they're all 10 mil. Set them to loosey. The other one was actually missing one down here, so I definitely know someone's been down here before. The other side, that is. This one I don't know yet, but we'll find out. Honestly, though, pulling these out kind of sucks. Like, if for some reason you had the hood off, that would be the perfect time to just rebuild these motors. It doesn't matter if you did them it doesn't matter if they're working fine, I guess. That would be the absolute perfect time. Again, it's 4 volts and like 3 wire connectors. But fishing this thing out absolutely is a chore. Unscrew this one, or get that out. I think it's either off or it's right. Okay. So there's that. Hold on, let me grab a pick. I love these little things. I got a 3-pack on Amazon for $5. You could use a crummy screwdriver or, you know, whatever, but these things are just so small, they're so handy. So here's the relay, and if these things have not come out before, they're gonna fight you. So this thing works well, it really saves your hand. And it's small enough, you can really get in there. We're gonna clean the grime out of that relay. We're not gonna make it perfect, but. And then there's this guy right here. And then obviously I've already like unhooked the light. So now we have to pull this thing out. And I wish I had a good way to tell you how to do it. You could try and drop it a bit, which, you know, maybe we'll do. See, like, I feel like this one's missing a gear because it's not really going down like at all. Of course, the gearing in this is so fine that it takes 1.5 million days to get it to actually lower. So you can also pop the light out if you want, or the, I don't know, the hatch to give yourself a little extra room. Yeah, it doesn't want to come out. So what we'll do is we'll drop this all the way down. Yeah, maybe we just pop this open. There we go. Oh, wiring harness is coming with. Working around the camera. Where are you? So there we go. All right, out we go. Now, grab a couple things. Let's go take a look at this. I'll bring you with. Ready? Come over here. Let's take this thing apart. The only other thought is that one of the brushes is bad. Not like really making like any contact. Weirdly enough, these are all 1/4 inch. Wait a minute. What? Fuck, that's weird. Am I blind? Check this out. Look at this. This is weird. So, I swear I saw rivets in here. There's nothing. Look at that. Someone's been here before. Like, there's nothing holding this together except for maybe like RTV. So, that's fascinating. Take this apart here. Let's see what we got. Otherwise, it could be the light switch too, but who knows. Oh, and that's there. I think that's our problem. Hey, look, let's take this little tiny pick again. And come on. Come on. You always want to be careful with this when you're prying these out. I actually wonder if maybe a pliers will work better. So there's the problem. Bring in here. One of the brushes is gone. So that's why this one doesn't work. So we're just missing a brush. So the other one's still there. Now if we can find it, we can glue it back on. If it didn't disintegrate into a million pieces. And so here's how this works too. In case you haven't seen it before, enhance. Enhance. Oh God, my fingers are too greasy for this. Okay, so here's how this kind of works. So there are these two little prongs right here. And then there's this guy, right? So this is basically a switch, right? And what happens is, as this motor powers, this motor will turn the headlight and basically make it go up and down. And when it can't go anymore, pressure gets put on these, which then in turn pop these. So, in fact, these ones, these aren't even like making a clicking noise. The other one clicks. Fascinating. This might also be bad. The other one clicks. This one does not. So I'll have to look into that a bit more. That's interesting. Huh. The other one makes like a very audible click when it like opens and closes. But I don't really know what it might be missing. So, but that's basically what it's supposed to do is this right here would sit like right here, push this in, and then it would basically disconnect the circuit and thus turning it off. So it's a very neat little design. Nowadays it'd be woefully outdated. But you know, that's kind of what makes cars fun, or car projects fun, is, you know, if it's an older vehicle, is finding stuff like that. Just the ways that they like did things to solve a problem. 10 mil to take these 3 mounting bolts off for the motor. And actually, before we take the motor off, or the last bolt off, we may as well see what's in here, right? There's a retaining clip. I'm not sure how well you can see it. There's a retaining clip right here that holds the motor, or holds the rotating arm assembly together. Again, this thing works great. So kind of just want to be careful that you know where the clip goes, because like any other kind of removal tool, it'll shoot it somewhere if you're not careful. So take that off, unhook that. You can't really do this in the car. So this one, you can get to this in the car if you took out the coolant bottle, maybe not. The other one, this faces the inside of the headlight assembly, so you're not going to be able to get it out. All right, so now there's the motor. We'll put this over here for now. So that is so strange. I guess let's like run out of hardware. There's like little slots in here, and so all I'm doing is sticking the screwdriver in and turning it. And we're gonna find a secret. The other one was rebuilt just fine. Someone must have monkeyed in here trying to dink around with it. of one of these, probably several owners. Okay. So this side looks good. No sign of that brush. Huh. Well, this side's also been rebuilt. So that is not an OEM gear. Let me swap this case back. All right, am I doing this wrong? How did I like have this? How do I have the other one? Yeah, so this gear looks good. Hold on, I'll set that there. So if we look here, so how this also works is that these are the bump stops that make this thing eventually stop, right? So they're behind this are like little rubber stops right behind this piece here. And usually this gear strips out. However, this one has been replaced. So how it works is that this gear turns the motor, or it turns the headlight assembly itself. This gets powered, this turns this worm gear, turns this big guy, and then it turns this. So, and eventually this will hit a bump stop, which then applies pressure to the spring assembly in here, which is what this is. And then it'll move these actuators, or I don't know what you want to call them. So I think we need a new brush. Saves me a few bucks, I guess. I was kind of hoping we could just reuse the old one if we could find it, but all these gears look okay. I know you can't really see it. I'm just using the shop light. Yeah, all those gears look fine. It's got the new bump stops in them, so. All right, well, I don't have screws that small. We should secure this. So I'm not gonna bother lubing it up. It looks okay. Fascinating. Why would you? God, I'd be so pissed if I rebuilt this thing and then the fucking brush broke off. Or probably, I bet, broke off while they're reassembling the thing and didn't notice. That would piss me off so much. It's happened to probably all of us if you're just a DIYer, but oh, that'd be so annoying. So this will be part one of the headlight assembly. I'm going to order parts. I'm going to get new brushes. I'll probably order a set, even though the other one's already in, but then I have an extra pair. I think they're pretty cheap. And then I'm going to order whatever cutoff relay or whatever it's called. And I'm going to go to the hardware store and pick up some screws for this so it's actually secured. I'm not going to RTV it. I'm not worried about water that much. This thing will sit inside most of its time. So I'll do that, and I'll probably order a coolant jug also while I'm at it, overflow tank. I think that's it. I think that's it for this. So easy one, I guess. Kind of sucks that I got a special order of the part. I mean, I was going to have to anyway. Those relays can't find them anywhere. At least not in town, so. Cool, so I don't know, a couple of weeks from whenever I publish this video. It might be sooner, but we'll find out. But hey, Smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you want. We're going to have some fun with this. And I'll catch you in the next one. You know, like I said, next one we'll probably be fixing this and then doing the valve covers. I do have the valve cover gasket on order. So we'll probably do that. We'll probably check the plugs, see how those look. And maybe try and find that vacuum leak, see if anything sticks out. So catch y'all later.